Guys, what's up? This is Lil Blue. He's the freaking man. He's going to be in my streams. He's also going to be right up here. So, I just want to introduce y'all. Alright guys, so this whole video is just about what Black Ops 5 needs to be successful. Basically what I wanted to talk about is the launch maps. Now if you look at Black Ops 4, the launch maps were 9, Classified, Blood, and the Titanic one, Voyage of Despair. And giving it to you straight, all these maps were pretty dandy. Everything except for maybe Voyage of Despair. That one didn't really wet my whistle, but maybe it did for you. So, overall review, pretty good maps. The one issue is they're all just a little bit too complicated, and I'm just going to explain more of that to you in a second, and explain something more important, the fact that they just needed to put in a simple map on launch. And I think that'll help the game out significantly, dog. So let's just jump into that. Alright guys, let's start by talking about Black Ops 3. The launch of Black Ops 3 had two maps, The Giant and Shadows of Evil. These maps were very different. Shadows of Evil was a little bit complicated, lots of stuff to do, and very rewarding. The Giant was more casual and very easy to hop into. There was no reason that you can't take your little brother and do a round 10 attempt with the guy that sucks ass, because all you really have to do is the teleporters, which gets you Pack-a-Punch, super easy, the power, which is right there, smack dab in your face, and that's about it. You can do your high round attempt right there if you want to. So just keep spinning the boxes. Perks are random but pretty easy to find, simple as can be. Now, do me a solid and contrast this with Shadows of Evil, where there's a little bit more complicated things at play. There's beast mode, there's perks that you have to turn on yourself. Pack-a-Punch is a bit of an ordeal. You have to do 4 different rituals for that. And there's a whole Easter egg to it. And it's a lot of fun, especially with a group of guys. But you also gotta know what you're doing. You gotta look up YouTube guides. It's just a bit more complicated. And there is a little bit more of a reward to it. But it's a different kind of reward. And the setup is much more complicated. It's harder to do a casual playthrough of Shadows of Evil than it is The Giant. That's just a fact. And where the problem comes in for Black Ops 4 is every single map was looking more like Shadows of Evil and less like The Giant. And while I do like Shadows of Evil and I do like all the other Black Ops 3 maps with big Easter eggs and a lot to do, there is a bit of a problem with every single map looking quite so complicated with so much to do, so many parts to find just to have a normal casual playthrough. And that's especially a problem with Black Ops 4, with people not really liking the gameplay mechanics quite as much, really just adding another layer on top of it, making it even harder to have a casual playthrough of zombies. Funny enough, there's actually another example of Treyarch doing this. They did it with Kino and 5. 5 being a little bit more of a complicated map, but a little bit more intriguing. There were other characters to play as, the presidents, for one, kind of cool, and then there's also people like the Pentagon Thief that show up in the map. It's a bit of a cooler concept than just a theater, which was Kino. But Kino is more iconic because it's much easier and accessible to every player. Just by the fact of, for 5 you have to beat the game, where Kino you don't. There's one level where it's more accessible, and another level it's just much easier. It's a simple layout. It's about as simple as Doris. There's even less teleporters on it, and the perks don't move. So there's another example of how Treyarch really made a simple map paired with a complicated map on launch, and how it kind of worked out for them. And they even tried to do it again with Black Ops 2, I admit, in a much easier way with just Town and then Transit, where Transit's super complicated. They're like, hey, let's just make Town to make something more simple that people can just hop on. In Black Ops 4, they didn't really try this. The simplest map, I would say, is either 9 or Classified. And Classified is kind of ironic because it's now the simple map, but in Black Ops 1, it was the complicated map. And I think that's the big problem with Black Ops 4, is there is no simple maps. Alrighty though, let's talk about Black Ops 5 for 5 seconds, because that's what I'm going to put in the title. Black Ops 5 absolutely needs to not follow in Black Ops 4's footsteps and have a simple map. I also don't want it to do a town transit situation, even though there was Nuketown. I remember that while I was editing this. There is Nuketown in BO2. I think that this new game, Black Ops 5 or whatever it's going to be called, needs to have a complicated map and a simple map, and I think they should be aesthetically different, because I think that's a big thing with Sam. He says, I like the aesthetics to be different. If Shadows of Evil is all orange and reddish, the Giant should be blue and reddish, because like the red highlights. But you know, they're very different, and I appreciate that. Whereas like Transit and Town are just like lava-y messes, and Town is even in Transit. And then Nuketown is also a lava mess because the whole Earth is just blown up, bro. What's up with that? So for Black Ops 5, what I think they should do is they should have a complicated map with a bit of an Easter egg. Not too complicated. Kind of hoping it's not Chaos, because Chaos was a little wonky if you ask me. So just have a slight story, maybe the beginning to a story with Black Ops 5. And then a side map with either characters we've already seen, characters that are irrelevant. By irrelevant, I mean just bring in some campaign characters for all I care. Just bring in characters that we actually care about. And then just a simple map that you can just hop on super easily. I think that'd be the best thing that Black Ops 5 could do. I don't know what these maps could be. I'll probably make another video about what I think the map should be. But right now, I'm just talking about what they need to have, and that is a simple map. That means simple power, simple perks, simple Pack-a-Punch. Oh my god, is the Pack-a-Punch so complicated on pretty much every Black Ops 4 map. I mean, the Classified, you just teleport somewhere after you get all the parts, but you still have to look for the parts. It's kind of annoying, instead of just, you know, linking a teleport pad. And again, I'm not dumb. I don't have 2 IQ points. It's just, it's nice to hop in a simple map and not have to look up everything that I'm doing if I haven't played within the week. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully some people agree with me. If you don't, feel free to leave a comment. If you're new, make sure to subscribe, because I have like 17 right now. It's kind of sad. And my blue guy would like some friends. Also check out the streams. That's even more important, because I'm trying to stream and it gets kind of lonely when I'm just talking to my little brother, because he also streams with me. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you enjoyed the coronavirus quarantine, because I know I am. Have a great day.